Okay, now we're going to try 12.4, which is law of sines. What is the law of sines? Well, it looks like this. A over sine A equals B over sine B equals C over sine C. Now, at any given time, you're only going to be using two of these ratios, but this is the ratio that you should be writing down and keeping track of. So here's an example problem. By the way, on Delta Math, they're not going to give you the triangle. They're only going to give you this information up here. And so when I do this, I'll draw my own triangle. It doesn't matter what you label as A, B, and C, but it does matter where you label everything. So angles are always the capital letters. The lowercase letters are always going to be diagonal to the lowercase letter, or to the uppercase letter. So this lowercase c, that's a side. That's the lowercase side here to angle C. So that should be 92. Whereas angle C is actually 46. Okay, angle A is 11. Here it gives me little a. That means the angle opposite to big A is, well, we don't know. It's an X. So these are the two pieces of information I'm looking at right here. So that's what I'm going to use to make my law of sines ratio. Now, since I know that I have A is what I'm looking for, and I know both parts of C, I'm going to use the A and the C ratios. So that says I should be doing little a, ooh, I don't know what little a is, over sine of big A equals little c over sine of big C. And there you have it. Now I just have a ratio. You can cross multiply, you can fish, you can do whatever you want. I'm probably going to use the fish method. So I'm going to take sine of 11 times 92 and divide by sine of 46, and that should give me my answer. So let's plug that into my calculator real quick. Make sure that you are in degrees, not radians. And plug in sine of 11. There we go, now it's focused. Close the parentheses and multiply by 92. And I go ahead and push enter just to make sure that I kind of don't get my work all jumbled up. And then from there I just hit divide by sine of 46. And I get 20.404. Whatever the directions say I should round to, it did say that I should be rounding to the nearest whole number, so this should be 24, whatever the label was. Let's do another example. So this is more like what you can expect to see on Delta Math, just a list of information, no triangle. You're going to have to draw your own triangle. And also, they're probably not going to use ABC. For example, this time, maybe it's RST. But it still works out the same. Little r is across from big R, big S, big T, and I'm looking for little s. So this time what I notice is I do know both of the S information, but otherwise I know little r and big T. And if I'm going to use law of sine, I have to know like two of the same thing, either both of the S's, both of the R's, both the T's, not mix and match. However, think back to your geometry days. How many degrees are in a triangle? 180, right? So take 180 minus 6 minus 58, which is 116. Now that I know that angle, I know both of my R's, and now I can successfully try to find S over here. So even though it's RST, I can still just use those same ratios. So side 53 over the corresponding angle here, and the side over the corresponding sine of the corresponding angle. And again, I can just do the fish here. So if I use my calculator, that should be, let's focus on it, sine of 6, close my parentheses, multiply that by 53, push enter, divide that number by the sine of 116, and I get 6.16. And when I round that, oops, sorry about that. When I round that, that's just going to be 6. Okay, I want to try one more, just really quick. I looked through your Delta Math, and I don't think they give you one like this, but just in case, you have a video to help you. So I know both of my x's, and I don't know the y angle. That's what I'm looking for. That's why theta is there. But I do know the y side, so that's helpful. So this is going to look like 14 over sine of 58 equals, oops, sorry about that. And what does it equal? 9 over the sine of theta, because I don't know what it equals. You're going to start by doing the fish again, right? So 9 times, focus camera, 9 times the sine of 58, and then divide that by 14. You should know that the number you get, which was 0.545, equals sine of theta. It does not equal theta, it equals sine theta. So what you need to do is do the inverse sine. So again, do the second key inverse sine. Oops, I should have cleared, huh? Okay. Inverse sine of 0.545. The angle is 33 degrees. So just in case they give you one of those, there you go. All right, see you tomorrow.